Good morning. I've got Officer Zack Upton with our San Angelo Police Department in the studio with us. And good morning, Zack.
Good morning.
Last time that you were here, you were signing people up for classes and so forth, the current courses. So where are we at on that?
All right. We had our test a couple of weeks ago, and we had about 80 that applied, and usually not as many of that apply actually show up to take the test because it's such a long process. They might have applied 6-7 months ago for it, so they've already found something different by then.
Right.
But we had 61 show up to test, and then after we did the written test and PT test, we're down to, I believe, 46 now. And they'll start doing their interviews this week. Actually, this morning they start doing their first set of interviews. And then once they get past the first interviews, we start backgrounds. And once they pass their background, we then do the final interview with them where they'd be offered a job. So we're at 46 now. So
I'll get an update on that later.
Yes. It's hard to tell till we really get the backgrounds going on what it's looking like. But hopefully it'll turn out good because we need some good people. And hopefully it'll turn out good. And we're actually fixing to go on a trip down in the Houston area to see if we can find some certified people going through academies down there as well. So it's going to be good, and hopefully some new faces and get some new officers in.
Very good. All right. Well, that's all encouraging news right there. Now let's talk about some problems that we're having during the summertime.
Well, normally, I guess maybe because it's just now starting to cool off again. Whenever it was 100, maybe the bad guys weren't wanting to get out and do too much. They're having a staycation as well. But we're starting to see, and it's easy to tell because it says burglary of a habitation. But what it is it's you look at the items stolen, and it's weed eaters, lawnmowers, golf clubs, stuff that's in the garage. Whenever people have an attached garage, it counts as part of the house. Even though they never actually entered the residence, it's attached, so it counts as part of the house. So even if the garage door is wide open, it still counts. So if you're a bad guy, remember that because you then have a felony on your hands. But be sure to close your garage. I mean, it's a simple thing. Yes, it's kind of a pain to open and close your garage every time you go in and out, but it only takes a few seconds for somebody to drive by and see that nice set of golf clubs sitting there and grab it.
There are people out there that's what they do. They, the bad guys, they drive through neighborhoods, especially if you see them driving very slowly and you don't know the vehicles. If they're driving by very, very slowly and you don't know them, there's a good chance they're casing what you got.
Yep, they're just looking for something easy to take that they can either pawn or trade or sell. Now with all the different ways of selling stuff on the internet, stuff can switch hands real quick. And sometimes before you even notice it's gone, it's already exchanged hands a couple of times. So just be sure to lock up everything, and especially, I mean, if you're just running inside, working in the backyard, and your garage is in the front, one of those you just left everything wide open. They hear a lawnmower going, they know that they can take anything they want because you're busy.
You're in the backyard.
Yeah,
they can hear as long as
they hear the lawnmower stop. They know to leave. So. So just be sure to lock everything up and watch out for your stuff. If you have carports or something like that, try not to leave anything under it. Try to secure it somewhere that's not easy to get to.
Mm-hmm. Bicycles. I know that kids ride their bicycles during the summertime, and kids are kids, and sometimes they just come up in the lawn, drop their bike where it is, and all of a sudden it's gone.
Yep. And we did a deal a few years ago. We made a video on how to keep your stuff safe, and we did the bicycle as part of it. And it took about 4 seconds, I do believe, for somebody to drive up, jump out real quick, throw it in the bed of a truck, and leave.
Wow.
And it was just because it was right on the curb by the mailbox.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes.
Well, Zack, good words of wisdom for folks. Lock that stuff up. Just use a little common sense and take care of it there. Mm-hmm. I want an update later on when you come back and tell me where we're at on the students and what have you. Now, I think that's great that you are going to Houston and looking for some fresh faces as well that are almost through the academy or whatever, and that we may get some more officers that way.
Yep. Hopefully they'll be interested in West Texas. A little bit different between Houston and San Angelo, but we've gotten officers from down there before, so hopefully it'll work out.
All right. Zack, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.